Now, the more fun news. Now, we talked, I think, a week or two ago about the Nets having nobody on the roster. And the Nets have started to sign people to that roster. Jay Crossover, Jamal Crawford, the GOAT, been signed to the Nets. Now, that was enough. That was enough, man. I was hyped for that. Now, they also signed Tyler Johnson. Don't really care about Tyler Johnson, but they signed Tyler Johnson. And then finally, the last member of the meme team roster for the Brooklyn Nets, the playoff Brooklyn Nets, is Michael the GOAT Beasley. Angel, your first reaction to seeing all the news come out last night about the Nets, because I know that we talked about it, but like, I don't think that anybody expected the Nets to just go straight up meme team.
I mean, they had no choice. They had to bring in the reinforcements.
I mean, yeah, but they could have signed a G League player. They could have signed some, Gary Payton II. They could have signed somebody like that.
No, not in their eyes. In their eyes, they're like, something, we gotta bring back these guys.
We gotta go full meme team.
One more time.
One more time for Jay Crossover. And you just sent me this graphic from ESPN, amazing, and it demonstrates it pretty well. The Brooklyn Nets potential starting five winner before everything that happened, because we were talking about Kevin Durant coming back, Kyrie Irving coming back, because they really should have had the time to rest up and be amazing and be able to play. We were looking at a potential, back when the season was going to start up again, starting five for the Brooklyn Nets of Kyrie Irving, Spencer Dinwiddie, Caris LeVert, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Jordan. Is that four of those? Four of those five are now out officially. Obviously, DeAndre Jordan tested positive for the coronavirus. Kevin Durant had the coronavirus earlier this year, but he's not gonna. He just says, "Nah, I don't want to play. I don't want to risk getting hurt in this type of situation. I'm still recovering." Spencer Dinwiddie, he tested positive for the coronavirus as well, and Kyrie Irving he doesn't want to play. Now, moving on to the potential starting five of Jay Crossover, Caris LeVert, Joe Harris, Michael Beasley, and Jared Allen. Bro, this league is amazing. I've never seen anything. We're seeing so much memery coming out of it. The coronavirus has been a terrible situation this year, for sure, but if there's one thing that we could take away from, it's that we're getting all of this meme team, this memery going on right now. To go along with that, the Lakers officially signed J.R. Smith. The Clippers officially signed Joakim Noah as well, which we've talked about that before. Of all the meme players that have been signed, all of the comeback players that have been signed, which one are you rooting for the most to have the most success?
I'm excited for Joakim Noah's last dance with the LA Clippers. One of the last dance, his chance to get that ring and cement himself for a spot in the Hall of Fame.
Didn't we talk about how if he wins a ring, he might get in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, we did. We talked about it off air.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about it on air. Because I remember I said this to you, and you were like, what the hell? No way. And then the way I spelled it out for you, like the way I went ahead and said all of his stats out loud, and actually, he has a pretty damn good case for getting into the Hall of Fame. All right, guys, let's go over real quick. All right, two-time All-Star, All-NBA first team in 2014, All-NBA Defensive Player of the Year, two-time All the NBA Defensive second team, two-time All-NBA All-Defensive first team, two-time NCAA champion, All-American in college, and then you add a championship ring onto that. Would he be a Hall of Famer?
I think you got a really good argument.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, man. Like I didn't really think about it until you kind of
it was kind of out there initially when you said it, because I was like, wait, what? Like, I know Joakim's good, but or it was good, still kind of good.
He was pretty good last time he played.
But it was definitely kind of like a out there comment. Like I was kind of like, I don't know, but I'm on the fence. And then I'm like, okay, now I see the potential.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Joakim to do well. I love that man. Like the Joakim Bulls with him and D Rose were some of my favorite teams growing up, man. I say growing up. I was like, a teenager at that point, but whatever. Anyways, for me personally, I'm hyped for JR. I'm hyped for the Henny God. But I'm also really excited for Jamal Crawford, man. I have bitched and moaned enough about how Jamal Crawford is not on an NBA roster. I thought it was ridiculous. I thought that guess what? He may be 40 and doesn't play defense, but the man can still score all day. He put up 51 in his last game. Okay, he was 39 and putting up 51 points. That's insane. So I'm glad that the Nets finally signed him. One final question: who should get the call to Orlando next? If there was one player, it doesn't matter if they're in the hunt or whatever. It doesn't matter if they're being looked at. Who is one player you'd like to see signed to an Orlando team?
Let me think. I want to see Lance back. I mean, who doesn't love some good old Lance in your face, right?
I'm a little bit surprised the Lakers didn't give him a call, honestly, because he played for them last year.
I feel like that'd be a pretty good shot. I feel like Lance still got it to be in the NBA though. That's my one thing.
Who was the player that was like, if Lance Stevenson can play in the NBA, I can? I remember who it was. It was somebody who was talking shit. I don't remember who it was. They were like looking at Lance like, bro, if Lance Stevenson can play, I can play in the NBA. But I thought that was really funny. I think Lance is a pretty good player last time out, but we'll see if he gets signed. Personally, I was going to say Isaiah Thomas. I'm a big Isaiah Thomas fan. I thought he got shafted by Washington. He was playing pretty good for him, and then he got released midway through the season for no real rhyme or reason. In Washington, he may actually get the call back to Washington because Bradley Beal also opted out for the start of the season. I was going to talk about that. I was on the list, and then I was like, dude, why would we even talk about Washington? I mean, it's just they are in the hunt, but technically they are 6 games behind with 8 games to play. However, what that means is no John Wall and no Bradley Beal means the Nets and the Wizards are going to be in a hunt, bro, for last place. I can't wait. But I'm going to go with Nick Young, bro. I was Swaggy P. He's been on Twitter talking about getting another chance. And does he deserve another chance? Probably not. Wasn't that good whenever he left the league. He just wasn't. But you know what, bro? I really hope he gets another opportunity. I would just love to see this man, the absolute memery, with him potentially going to